Right, today's job, this is our bedroom now. I'm trying to fit some column radiators. We did this room up in 2020 during when all the lockdowns was happening. We had a storm called Storm Dennis which took the roof off. This is actually a flat roof in here. Well, we just couldn't get any builders or suppliers to get us anything, so we had to just fit the pipes in wherever we kind of thought that we're going to be. But the radiators are going to sit from about here to here, so I've got to chop all this out, rearrange all this so they come out, try and rebuild all that. But this is an external wall, so here we've dot and dabbed the walls with the insulated boards, so I'm going to have to use some pretty hefty screws to pierce through this, the insulation, the plasterboard adhesive, and try and get into the brickwork behind. So probably going to be using the 100mm 4-inch screws, but we'll see how we go. I've got some other types of fixings and bits and bobs, so let's go and have a look at the column radiators. Pick these up off actually a guy at the pub who I've never ever met. They're stainless steel plated, which, well, I say plated, they're just encased over a standard radiator. But I have noticed, well, they cost me £100 for the pair. Nice little buy, really. But let's try and see if you can see this. One of them has got, it must have been stood up on its end. It's actually got a piece of mud jammed in there. I don't want to push it because it will go deeper into the radiator, so I have to crank this off, get that bit of mud out. I've checked all the others, they're all clear. So, have a quick look. They were in use at this chap's house, and he said there was no leaks. They seemed quite genuine and nice, but yeah, I think they'll polish up quite nice where they've been in storage. All these bits will just wipe off and polish them up. They look quite smart. There's one thing I've got to do though, is measure them. So yeah, here we go. Right, just going to whip this off. 16mm spanner. It looks like we may have to put a load of tape on it. Oh, there comes the mud plug. Like that. So yeah, it's got a load of P2V tape on there. So when we get these with water flowing through them, we'll perhaps have to pop a load more around. Yeah, all the mud's out anyway now. I think, oh, I feel something in there. Let's have a look what that is. If you'll be able to see this. What's that? It felt really spongy. Right, so they've had the use out of them, but I think they'll come up quite nice. One thing I failed to mention before, when Storm Dennis took the roof off, let's take it back in here, because we couldn't get any assistance from any builders or anything whilst the country was shut down in March 2020, all this roof came clean off and we just couldn't do anything to stop the water. So I'll get some pictures up so you can kind of see what it was like before. So, and there's another column radiator, which again the pipes will have to all be changed, which will be fitted on this wall. The pipes actually come, my filming's not great, I apologise, but the pipes come up across above this door, and they tee off to each side, and then they come across here, which you've got to join and then interconnect into the main system. Get in there now, Nige. So do this bit today, plaster all in here. spunked all the holes up. That wall is so shit. It's a fucking bastard, no fuckers working, can't get no trades. Let's put this back on here. Once they're all hung and in position, we'll take all these off and reseal them all. So that'll do for now. Right, let's get on with it. I've just measured these radiators properly because we didn't have these radiators when we fitted the pipes, because you couldn't get any materials or anything in 2020, but we only just finally come back to actually renovating properly. So I'll have to cut out all this, make a right mess, extend these pipes down so they're lower, bring them across, and then we'll just guess-ish where they're going to go until I get the valves on and all that kind of stuff. So, alright, happy days. Alright, so I've got these two brackets kind of where they need to be. I've got to refix these. I don't know if you noticed before, it's really, they just wouldn't fit on, so I had to lower them down, but I'll make some more fixings, get these anchored in. And this is what stage we're at now. I'll put that about there. Basically, we've ran plastic pipes. Again, we couldn't get a hold of any copper tubing when we were doing this in 2020 and lockdown, but to remove these, you just untwist these. I don't know how that's going to work because there's plaster in there. Just get all the debris out from there. Untwist that, push that cap in, and you just pull them out. So this cable was just there to hold the connectors back in the wall, so it's not actually a live cable. So yeah, I'll cut that. I haven't got any through pieces because these have got to come out slightly lower, so I'll have to whiz down the shop, get some through connectors. We'll bring them a bit lower, perhaps just do it in copper, then we can split them across, measure out to where the valve's going to go, and bring them out perhaps a little bit further out than needed, and then when we put the valves on, we can reduce them and connect them back in. Let's get these speed fits off. I remember on these we had to use you have to put something inside the pipe, but the only ones we could get our hands on didn't have the rubber seal around them, so I might change these ones if I can get them off. There we go. That one. Oh, the chap who did this has not put, there should be an insert in this pipe which I'll have to get and put in. Who knows what the rest of it's like. Again, we just couldn't get the people when the country was shut down, so same old story, end up doing it yourself. Right, I'll go and get the pieces. Turns out I've done all this work, tried to fit the radiator to figure out where to bring the pipes out, and the wall is ever so slightly, you Can't really tell, but it's ever so slightly off. So the radiator's, it's touching at the top, touching at the bottom, and it's not meeting up with the hanging points onto the brackets because it's supposed to sit flush. So if I offer them up, you can see the bracket, so it's trying to sit flush but it can't. So another job I wasn't expecting. I'm gonna have to go perhaps get some 2x1 timbers, run it down the back so it stands off ever so slightly. Another job I wasn't expecting to do, but that's DIY for you. Made these little bits of timber 2x1. These will be the brackets for the back. I haven't bothered staining the sides, just the bits that you're going to be able to see. So I'm going to call it a day, but back on it tomorrow.